Hi everyone, happy Saturday. I'm very happy to welcome you all to our weekly Inner Peace Satsang workshop by Ramashram Satsang Mathura. Ramashram Satsang Mathura is a non-profit organization that aims to promote peace, harmony, and spiritual growth among individuals. Attending this Satsang workshop is a step towards achieving that goal. Satsang consists of two words, Sat and Sang. Sat means positive energy, and Sang means to be in the presence of. So, taken together, Satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. Ramashram Satsang Mathura was founded by our Guru Maharaj Ji, who obtained enlightenment and packaged his experience in this beautiful practice of Satsang. Practicing Satsang regularly will help you explore your inner self and discover the peace that lies within you. We're all looking for joy and happiness, and we seek it in our surroundings, be it through earning money, getting recognition, possessions, etc. Although those things do provide happiness and satisfaction, but that feeling is fleeting. You're always thinking to yourself, what's next? Where do I find happiness next? If you're in search of true and lasting fulfillment and peace, you find it at Satsang. Being here in Satsang, imbibing the transcendental energy, and with consistent practice can really help you develop a deep sense of inner joy and happiness that remains with you independent of your external surroundings and worldly happenings. Juan, if you can go to the next slide. The agenda for these sessions is shown here. Generally, these sessions are divided into three parts. The core of the session is the practice, where we go into deep and silent meditation. For the first part, we generally discuss a spiritual topic, our founder's teachings, and then go into the meditation, where you're provided detailed instructions on how to meditate. The meditation practice is followed by more discussion, and this is more of an interactive session, where you're welcome to share your feedback, your experience, and ask questions to learn more about the practice. Now, it is my privilege to introduce the facilitator for today's session, respected Sanjeev Kumar Ji, who is the grandson of our founder, Guru Maharaj Ji, who has been a meditation practitioner with over 40 years of experience and has been facilitated satsang globally, all across America, England, and India for the last 2 decades. Sanjeev Ji believes that meditation is essential to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, and the harmful effects it has on both mind and body. Thank you for joining us today, and we wish you a rewarding and enriching experience at Satsang. Now, we will watch a video where Sanjeev Ji will talk about how Satsang can help you achieve light, love, and peace.
I'm Sanjeev Kumar, and this is my grandfather, Guru Maharaj, Dr. Chaturved Sahaji, who established pretty unique meditative practice, which we can refer to as Satsang. Today, we are here to discuss how Satsang can help you achieve light, love, and peace. That I would call the target state of Satsang. However, the first thing is what are we trying to manifest in this unique process, this unique method? I always say that transcendental energy in form of light is what we try to manifest. So why light? Light is opposite of darkness. In light we see. God is light. खुदा नूर है. ईश्वर सैकड़ों हजारों सूर्यों का तेज है. So basically, light is universal form. And what we can really do is take that as a unifying concept. So on talking about unifying concepts, in today's world, when everybody seems to be going against each other and we don't seem to find common ground so easily anymore, I was brought up in satsang, so was born in a satsang family. And I think universal religion or a spirituality which is beyond religion, or respecting all religions, comes almost naturally to the way I was taught about transcendental energy. If what we believe in is everywhere, and then we can think of that concept, that belief in terms of energy. And then are different energies different? To me, it's like one energy that manifests itself in many forms. So that is how I feel that if somebody is talking about Christ, somebody is talking about Krishna, somebody is talking about Muhammad Sahib, somebody is talking about Buddha, I always feel that they're talking about this transcendental energy, which is the unifying concept, which is what we all need to achieve. That's what they all achieved. And hence, that energy is what we're trying to become one with. So yoga is nothing but uniting yourself to that transcendental energy. Satsang, Sat is positive energy or unchanging form of energy, because all energy came from like the original source of energy in some sense. So basically, I find it very easy for me to respect all religions because foundationally it provides you that transcendental energy to transcend this world and go to a level which takes us somewhere where there is light, love, and peace. So satsang, by definition, is to be with. Sang is to be with, and sat is that positive energy. To be with positive energy is satsang. So to me, whatever you believe in, if you are with them, united with them, it's yoga, it's satsang, it is the target state. The light, love, and peace concept also I have described elsewhere. It's like in the 5-step process, these are the last 2 or 3 steps where you first acquire light, that is knowledge, because in light you see. When you dispel the darkness, the knowledge appears, or the clarity, or you're able to visualize, you're able to see things that you were not able to see before. And then when you are able to see that love thy neighbor means that you actually are connected with your environment, not just humans, but the entire nature, you are integrally connected with. We are made of the same stuff. If you think about space, we are made up of star stuff. So we are ancient in those terms. So this consciousness is pervasive, and if we believe in transcending this world, we need to think about that form, that level of higher consciousness and higher level of awareness where everyone is interconnected the way we cannot fathom right now.
The various methods of meditation that are prevalent give divergent suggestions on attaining spiritual progress. For example, by training the mind, controlling the process of breathing, or by concentration on a particular point, like on the nose or on the center of the forehead. In the first half of the 20th century, our Guru, Dr. Chaturved Sahaji, who we refer to as Guru Maharaj, revived and presented a unique system of yoga sadhana or spiritual meditation, which is in concordance with the philosophy of the ancient Hindu texts, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. Guru Maharaj, based on his own spiritual pursuits, concluded that meditation is a state that can be realized by everyone if one could detach from the mundane everyday activities for a short while and train one's mind to stop all its inner activities at that time. In other words, it is required to become a silent observer or a maun drishta and not a doer or karta for some time. When one is visualizing oneself as sitting in front of the source of divine transcendental light. In this total termination of external and internal activity lies the real mystery of meditation. In other words, if one wants to watch a show, one has to stop watching other things. If one wants to listen to a particular person, one has to stop listening to all others. Similarly, if one wants to get to know oneself and realize one's inner self, one has to stop focusing on outer material things. If one wants to savor the silence of peace, one has to stop generating sounds. This is the only way to obtain spiritual knowledge. Let us think about how sound is generated. We know that sound is created by a conflict, like when two objects strike each other, for example, a bell and a gong. If the gong does not strike the bell, no sound is generated. Similarly, our words are generated when the tongue, lips, and throat come into action, creating a conflict and thereby generating a sound. Now let us take this a step further. Each word is preceded by a thought. One may think that the thought is created without a strike or conflict or vibration, but that would not be true. A thought is created by vibrations or ripples, also called vrittis, in the very center of the mind, or man, which is also called the chit. The chit can be imagined to be an ocean. If its surface is still, there would be no thoughts generated. If one is in a thought-free state, any ripple in one's chit, or core of the mind, will lead to the birth of a thought. How are these ripples or thoughts generated in the core of the mind? There are two reasons for these vibrations. It is believed that over the ages, a collective of thoughts related to actions and situations we have encountered in the past have assembled in many layers in the mind. And these are referred to as sanskaras. When presented with one thought, the mind generates multiple subsequent thoughts based on these sanskaras. So, any remembrance of an event could be the first thought that creates a vibration in the chit. The other reason for generation of thoughts would be when our physical senses observe or experience something. This leads to the vibration in the chit, resulting in a thought. One thought leads to another, generating a series of thoughts, some of which may be connected, while some others may be unconnected. Many times we ourselves may wonder about the origin of the train of thoughts that disturb our tranquility. So we see how a small thought, or a physical observation, or a feeling becomes a source of the unsettling of the mind. The thoughts that are generated bring us into action, and one action leads to a series of actions, which has a consequential effect on the people and environment we are in. Whatever effort we try to apply towards stopping our thought process, it ends up generating even more thoughts, which continues to disturb us to an even greater degree. It is very difficult to be in a thought-free state, even as it remains true that just a few moments of blissful nothingness could give us immense inner peace and joy. Apart from achieving spiritual progress, this situation of being in this meditative state of mind has countless benefits, not only to one's mental health, but also to one's physical health. It would be wonderful if we could train our process of thinking and reach a stage where there are no conflicts, no noise, either internal or external. Herein lies the real fruit of sadhana or spiritual practice. True meditation lies in not just training the mind to be thought-free, but in creating a state of conflict-free mental equilibrium. It is not easy to achieve this state given the propensity of the mind to generate thoughts in the ways just described. When a gong strikes a bell, a sound is created through impulses in space. One can see initially that it was a loud noise, and gradually it reduces and gets dissipated into a very low volume. And even when it is not audible, its vibration can be experienced for a while before it completely dies down. Similarly, the solution to achieving this thought-free state lies in holding on to one thought and allowing the mind to dwell on it. Then one has to continue to go into a state of gradual lowering of the amplitude of this thought, ultimately dissolving into a thought-free state. The mind has an innate tendency to constantly generate thoughts, and it is very difficult to bring it to a quiet state. Thus, the method used here is to give a single thought of our choice to the mind and allow it to hold that one thought and gradually settle into a state that leads to a thought-free bliss. So, just think that you are sitting in front of a source of divine transcendental light. This light is falling onto your heart and soul, and your soul is getting illuminated with this light. This is a task given to your mind with the intention of keeping it busy and saving it from inner and outer noise. Gradually, the mind will get in tuned to holding on to this one thought. This is precisely the beginning of meditation. You start with a slow prayer in a still posture, and gradually the body settles down. And that is when you bring the mind to this solitary thought of the presence of divine transcendental light within your illuminated heart. Gradually, this process of meditation leads you to a state where you become completely oblivious to the thought of this life and even the source of this life. For the seekers who are pursuing this practice just to increase their mental concentration and to tame the propensities of the mind, this process of meditation or Antrik Dhyan ki Kriya enhances the level of their powers of concentration and bestows upon them a blissful state of tranquility. When this happens, one finds oneself in a unique blissful state. Once our inner worlds and thoughts quieten, we can listen to the unheard melody of the soul. This state is beyond expression. One cannot understand it because understanding is also a thought, and we are talking about being free of thoughts here. One can enjoy the bliss when one comes out of this state. It is similar to a situation when one is seeing a dream that one cannot fully understand because one is still inside the dream at that moment. And one cannot see or understand that scene, and one can see or understand the scene only after one has woken up. The same can be said about being in a soulful state. The process of meditation aims at bringing one, first and foremost, into a thought-free state, because without this, one cannot enter into the soulful state. Thus, in conclusion, true meditation involves freeing our mind from thoughts. The mind is like an ocean, and when its waves or ripples are stopped, only then we can observe the true self that is hidden behind the mind and body. The essence of meditation is that one become an observer with no active internal or external activity of the mind. The equipoised state of mind is the prerequisite for meditation. There must be neither too much eating nor fasting, not too much of materialism nor running away from it. This is the essence of spiritual sadhana. It is difficult to achieve success on this path solely by one's individual efforts or by following physically difficult practices. This practice can be made easy by associating oneself with noble souls who have achieved a state of equanimity and are connected to the source of universal energy. This is the easiest path by which one can achieve the goal to be one with this universal, divine, transcendental energy. In order to achieve this spiritual goal, also called Paramatma or Jeev Ka Milan, one does not need to leave one's home or business or wear special clothes, nor does one need to give up the religion that one practices. Practicing meditation in the above described method with the help of a guru who has achieved this state is the best way to attain one's goal. One may be a citizen of any country and a follower of any religion, but when one starts, then the goal is never too far away. Namaskar.
So now we will practice what we just heard about. So first thing is inward orientation. So eyes lightly closed and sit in a relaxed and still posture. And this is, to find peace within, pursue inner pursuits. This practice is essentially to look inwards, find this light within. But to try to manifest that first, what we do is feel the presence, feel that we are surrounded by this transcendental energy, and it's here right in front of us as well. So this transcendental energy in form of light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. We're getting completely and totally immersed in it. Mind wanders away, we bring it back. So, the prayers that we used to have traditionally, we have converted into music. So music helps the concentration. So we start with music, then music fades away, and then we go deep into silent meditation. And then we transition out of music again. I'll explain this in Hindi too. तो हम अब जो ध्यान की क्रिया गुरु महाराज ने बतलाई है वो करेंगे। ऐसा देखने कि परमात्मा का प्रकाश सामने से हमारे हृदय में आ रहा है, रूप में फैलता चला जा रहा है और हम उस प्रकाश में लय होते चले जा रहे हैं। पहले म्यूजिक रहेगा जिससे ध्यान में हम जा सकें, और उसके बाद ध्यान चलता रहेगा जब तक उसको बंद करने को हम एक स्थिर और सुखासन में बैठ के अब आंखें हल्के से बात करके ऐसा लगती है परमात्मा का प्रकाश से हमारे हृदय में आ रहा है, रोग में फैलने से इस प्रकाश में। So we'll now switch over to the music, and what we have to do is think about the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light that's entering our heart and distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. Let's start now. So I was thinking, when Guru Maharaj started this, how things would have been. So if we go back to like ancient times, satsang was like very, very selected disciples were tested first. Like they used to go through, the gurus won't take anybody for a disciple. It was a whole process. And it was very, very few who would be inducted to learn some of this. Not because the guru wasn't ready to share, it was just that they wanted only deserving people to join their process and satsang. It's well documented through the ages that satsang was for people who were really, really curious about, understanding how to get to that target state of love, light, and peace, and those who really want to manifest this transcendental energy. So it's even written that till you are looking for peace in the world, it's very difficult. Actually, it's impossible to find that peace in the world because it's within, and you have to do inner pursuits to get it. And so when Guru Maharaj and some of the other folks asked Dada Guru Maharaj Guru, to open this up to public, he was, he did not even show anybody that he is an accomplished person or he knows something. He was just like a good person to meet. But then once, they made it public, the way that happened, he said that I don't want any registration. I don't want anyone not allowed. And at one point, some people said then a lot of, quote unquote, undeserving people will join satsang and you will, be associated with things and people, and he said that, he asked in return that who needs satsang the most? The people who are not at peace, who are, so he said, like, I don't want to really put any barriers. They can come, they can learn, if they like it, they can stay. So Guru Maharaj at one place describes this satsang more like Ganga or River Ganges, where it's interesting. Even I have, water from Ganges, from Ganga, where it doesn't go stale. So a lot of, polluted water or dirty water and all these different kind of sources will go into the river. But the characteristics of Ganga's water is that it, you can keep it for as long as you like. So Guru Maharaj used to say that Dada Guru Maharaj had started a spiritual Ganges, a spiritual Ganga, where anybody and everybody is welcome and can, so as the river keeps its, characteristics, irrespective of what, what are the sources and what other things come in and pollute that water, the characteristics still remain the same. So we just, got drenched in the river of transcendental energy, where the this peace, that, irrespective of wherever we are, we can feel some moments, some minutes, or sometimes even longer, um, we get at least a glimpse of the land of peace. So it's quite a privilege that we are here and enjoying this blissful and completely, it transforms. So, Guru Maharaj used to say that Dada Guru Maharaj, way was that let them come and this transcendental energy would in due course affect everyone. This energy, it's like once you are drenched in it, it will soak in, it will get you to that land of love, art, and peace. And we all need that. That's why this process just continues. So as I think we have talked about before, there's always, when you meditate, when you manifest transcendental energy, anything and everything around you also gets affected. That's why satsang and meditation not only affects you, it affects people around you, nature around you. It affects, the entire environment. And, I have seen this many times. If you make a place and time for meditation, you will see that place gets energized. You go there, you will feel that it's different. The vibrations are different, the level of peace. It just, that place gets so affected that it's like uplifts you. So traditionally, food was always, eat light, healthy, fresh food. And if you keep it with you while you're meditating, it gets this transcendental energy. And then when you consume it, it stays with you for some time. So that way, whatever effect you're seeing now of the meditation, that stays with you for a longer period of time. So that's why it was always, food that was part of, part of these, the whole process. So let's meditate for 2 more minutes so that this food also gets energized, and then, that helps us keep into a deeper meditative state for a longer period of time. Let's meditate for 2 minutes. Okay, so are there any questions online? Ron, if you see anything, because no, otherwise we can wrap up. So to see you all. So we'll have the traditional satsang, this evening at 6 and tomorrow again in Toronto. So Glad that we are here in Satsang. See you all again soon. Yeah, everyone. So your audio was not clear? तो शाम को 5:30 बजे तो 5:30 PM